Alright, welcome back to my channel. So today I have monthly favorites and I am including kind of like some food. I have like some like hygiene stuff, I guess. So yeah, we will get into other stuff besides just makeup for this month. Okay, so first off we are going to start with things that aren't makeup. So this isn't like a monthly favorite. I've just never mentioned it before on my channel, but it is basically the tea I drink every single day, and I've drank this since I was like a baby almost. And not like a baby, but you know, like 2 or 3 when you learned how to use a straw. So this is the mate that I drink. It's like little tea bags of like the condensed version of like what we traditionally drink in Argentina. So I'll put like a picture of what you like would usually do. These are just little tea bags that I use because they are more convenient in the morning, and it's a lot of work to like put together a pot and put all the leaves in a cup and all that stuff. So I just use these and they're 10 times easier to use, and that's the tea I drink every day. And then I have the Bear toasted coconut chips. Like, I love coconut, and so like I go through these a lot. You can get these at Walmart. They're a little bit more like expensive. I think they're like $3. So yeah, I eat those all the time. And then I have 2 more things that aren't makeup. This is a dental floss, and this is like it's all silk, so it will like degrade, and it's in like a glass bottle. And so basically it's like a no waste kind of floss to save the environment and that kind of stuff, so that the plastic containers on a normal floss will get put into landfill, and they won't, they basically won't go away for like 100 years or something. So if you get like a little glass reusable one, glass does degrade a lot faster than plastic, and the silk floss pretty much almost immediately will go away instead of like the regular plastic floss that we use. And then I have a headband. It's like little cat ears. I got it at Ulta for like $3 or something. And basically I've just been using this whenever I do face masks or like sheet masks. Even sometimes when I wash my face at night, I will use this as well to hold back my hair. So yeah, I've really been liking their kind of like the stretchy band thing. I think it's cute just because it is cat ears, but this is really comfortable, and it doesn't like constrict my head in a weird way where it like hurts my piercings or anything weird that other headbands can do. Okay, now we're moving on to the makeup part. We are going to start with lips. So I have 2 lip scrubs. I have the Milani Keep It Sweet Sugar Lip Scrub, which I think these are on discount right now, and then the Wet n Wild Watermelon lip scrub, which I really like this one. It comes with like a little sealy thing. I've already dug into it pretty good. I keep this one actually in like my backpack for when I go to my night classes, so I'll use this one whenever I feel like it's getting a little dry. And then this one I kind of just keep in my bathroom for whenever I feel like using it in the morning. It's the Milani one. I do prefer the Wet n Wild one more just because I like watermelons more, but this sugary vanilla one is also really nice. And I say these both work pretty well, and I think they're decent price. This one was like 10 and this one was like 6-ish. So yeah, both of these are pretty nice lip scrubs. And then I have 2 foundations. So I have the CoverGirl Outlast Active, which I actually wore in my like get ready with me video, so I'll link that up above. But it does have 20 SPF, and it's a 24-hour foundation. But this is one of the only, I guess, foundations that matches my skin tone almost perfectly and doesn't do like the weird bunching up into the pores and like separating weird. So this one lasts for like, I would say 12 to 15 hours depending on the day. It'd be more on the 12 side if I went to the gym, and more on the 15 side, like hour wear, if I didn't go to the gym. So this lasts really long, and I think their shade range, at least for my skin tone, is pretty good. It's not like too pink, which I don't have pink undertones, and it's really hard to find more of a lighter I guess, shade, because I'm kind of like more of a medium light that isn't yellow or pink. So this one's more of just a plain neutral, which I am. And then I actually have the Collab foundation. This, I would say, doesn't last as long as that Outlast one. This lasts about 8 to 10. But it is a matte foundation, which I enjoy, but it's more of like a luminous matte, I would say. It goes on more creamy and not as like dry, so it's definitely more luminous matte. But I do like that it has a little pump on it. I use it all the time, and I think it was like $15, but I think it's definitely worth it. The packaging is super heavy. It has like that glass bottle. It reminds me of like the Fiona Styles bottles when they used to have them, like in Ulta and stuff. But yeah, these are really nice. I have really oily skin, so my nose does get oily throughout the day, I can see at work, but it doesn't like break up and do weird things, so that's why I do enjoy this foundation. And I do have 2 primers for the skin, so I also wore this in the Get Ready With Me. A lot of this stuff was in that video because I was saving up so much makeup that I bought throughout the month basically. But I have the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, which I have really been enjoying this for filling in my pores on the T-zone area, and like right on my upper lip always gets like those weird pores, so I put a lot of that kind of like right up here to kind of get rid of that and cancel that out. But I like to just like smear my finger kind of around in it. I don't like to like take a chunk out of it, so I usually just like will like go in like that with 2 fingers, get some on there and like press it in, and that works really well for like filling in my pores. And then I also have the Wet n Wild Mega Jelly Primer, which is like a more hydrating primer. So I'll actually put this one on first and then go in with the Poreless Primer on just the certain areas that I need. So it's kind of like a double priming for me, just because I do enjoy both of these and I think they both do their job pretty well. Okay, I have 2 lip products. So this is the Ulta Juice Infused Lip Oil, and this is in the coconut flavor. This is a brand new one, but I do have like a older one that I have used up, just to show you guys that I did really like this. This is a rebuy basically, but I like to put this on in the morning while I'm doing my makeup because it really like hydrates my lips before I have to go to work and have to do all that stuff. So I really like this, and it's really good like for when you put on, like start putting on your makeup, and then towards the end just put like on a regular lip product like lipstick or liquid lipstick. This will hydrate your lips really well for those more drier formulas. Okay, and then I have 1 lip product. I do think I have another shade somewhere. I just don't know where it is right now, but it's one of the Anastasia lipsticks, and this is in the shade the shade Staunch. It's Staunch. I am wearing it right now. It's more of like a nudish, reddish brown. So I think it's like a really good nude for me that's a bit darker. I just really like it. I think their bullets are nice, like the point on here. I mean, it's just kind of like a regular lipstick kind of shape, but it's, I don't know how to explain, it's like more pointy than normal ones, if that makes sense. Like the tip is a little bit more rounded pointy than some of like the really like pointy ones. Pointy. But yeah, I really like this shade and it lasts a long time. Right before this I had actually eaten lasagna, so this is just left over from lasagna, so basically it stays almost as well as like a liquid lipstick kind of formula. And then I have 2 like eye products. So I have a mascara and a glitter. So this is the Ulta liquid glitter, and this is in the shade Multi Glitter. I like to like do a wing eyeliner and then kind of just put this right on top of the wing. I had used this in my rainbow eye tutorial, which I can also link above and below or whatever, but it's just like a kind of like subtle multi-glitter kind of color. It's like barely on my hand, but when you put it on top of the black liner, like not on top, but like right above, it's pretty noticeable and it just gives like that extra pop that you feel like your look needs with some more glitter. And then I have one mascara. I had also used this in my Ulta one by accident, even though it's not like a drugstore one, but it's the Clinique Chubby Lash, and I'm actually wearing it today, but this is like the last day I can wear it because it has already dried out. I already went through all of it, and I think it's kind of funny because it says it has a 6-month shelf life, but mascaras only really last 3. But besides that, I have already used it all up in basically a month of me using it, so I would say I really like that one. It does kind of rub off by the end of the day, so I've had this makeup on since 4 in the morning, and it is currently 8 o'clock at night. So it will kind of rub off on your concealer a little bit, but not noticeable enough. It's just kind of like you can notice it kind of thing. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll buy the full size because I like the other one better, but that one's pretty good if you're looking for more mascara that kind of makes your lashes more spread out. Okay, and then I have the Wet n Wild Coconut Primer Water. It's Prep, Set, and Refresh. So I just use this as more of a refreshing kind of spray because I have a different setting spray to actually like lock in my makeup. But this is really nice for like midday when you just kind of like need that extra like So this just kind of gives you that moisture without making your foundation look oily. So yeah, this is really nice, and I love the smell of coconuts, obviously, because I eat a lot of coconuts too. And then we're just gonna go through 4 palettes. I know, 4 palettes. The first one I'm gonna say is the Essence I Got This, the Rock Look shadow. I really enjoy these shades, and I think this palette's only like $12 or something like that. I think if you're like just starting out, this is basically all you need because you have those nude colors and you have like those pops of color if you want to do a blue on the lower lash line, or do as I did today and just kind of put blue at the edge of your eye. Like, you have so much variety in this palette that I think anyone could really work with this pretty well. The only downside of it is it doesn't have a lot of matte shades. It literally has 4. So I would say you probably need something smaller that just has like matte shades, like even like if it was like an e.l.f. palette that's just all matte to go along with this, I think that would be like your best bet if you're just starting out. But even if you're not starting out and you just want some eyeshadow, this is pretty good. And then I have 2 Profusion palettes. So these are like $10 each. I actually think the Festival one is $12 and the Wanderlust one was $10, but this one does have more shades, so it kind of evens out. But the Wanderlust one has a good mix between kind of the browns, the purples, it has some greens. Like, this is more colorful, as well as this Festival one. The Festival one does not come with a brush, so that is the downside of this one, but it has so many like beautiful colors. I honestly feel like this is sort of duping like the James Charles palette, because this has a bunch of colors in it, and this has a bunch of similar colors in it. Like, when I hold them up next to each other, let me open this so it doesn't glare. When you are looking at the palettes side by side, when you are looking at the palettes side by side, they almost look really like similar. So honestly, if I haven't really like duped it, but I will do some shades that I think are similar in both palettes and put them up at the end. But yeah, I think you could just get this $12 one from Profusion. I think these blend really well for like a cheap eyeshadow at the drugstore. Like, Profusion is just awesome. I have probably 4 of their palettes now, and my friend has more of the smaller kind of compact ones, and she loves those, and I love like the really big ones. So I think Profusion is just, they're just killing it. Finally, I have one more palette, and this is probably one of my favorite palettes recently. I am currently wearing it today. I've done like 4 or 5 looks. So I have used pretty much every shade in here except for, what is it, Palermo? Maybe. It's like the pink, it's like the pink shiny shade. I know everyone is talking about this palette, but it is nice. Like, the only thing I wish it had is maybe like a different shade from, instead of Monte Carlo. I don't know. I feel like it just needs something else in there. Maybe like, I don't know, I feel like I would have just rather seen like another, like either like a matte lighter purple, like a pastel or something, just because you don't really need the extra pink. But it is pretty. The formulas are nice. It's more of a darker pink. And today I am wearing it on my eyes. I'm wearing Yacht and Seychelles, which is the blue with just Estate Cabana, yeah, Cabana, and Palm. I'm just using those 3 shades in the crease, and then using the Yacht, the Seychelles. It's just a lot of kind of weird words, I guess. But this is a really nice palette, and it's $42. I do say it does get dirty easily. Like, I already have a smudge on it just from normal makeup wear, I guess. But I do really like the Riviera. I think that's how you say it, the Riviera. That's one of my favorite palettes right now. That's pretty much what I have been using for the past week, just straight past week, is just this palette. Alright guys, that is the end of this video. I will put some swatches up after I'm done talking right now. But thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my monthly favorites. I am going to try to do one of these every month. I know I probably won't have as many products like next month as I did this month, just because I'll probably just be using this a lot. So less palettes, but probably more random stuff in between. I will see you guys in my next video. Here are some swatches for you for some dupes between the Festival palette and the James Charles palette, in case you want to, you know, switch it out. And I did find this at Walmart. I have 11 dupes. I mean, yeah, a lot of these shades are similar, but I wanted like more of the super spot on colors, so you could probably almost get the same look from each of these palettes, but there are obviously differences in just undertones and stuff, so I just got the main shades that I thought were almost like spot on. So we're gonna go with the Profusion side first, and then right next to it will be the James Charles palette. So I have a nude color, which is Winning for the Profusion, and then Canvas for the James Charles. I have a light brown, which is Witty for Profusion, and Punch Me in James Charles. Then I have Champ, which is a kind of reddish brown in the Profusion, and it's called No Beans in the James Charles. And then I have a yellow color, which is Sunnies in Profusion, and B in James Charles. And then for the orangey color on the top row, I have, for the Festival palettes, I have the shade Beat and then Rusted in James Charles. For that pink color, Rave for the Festival palette, and then Pinkety Drinkety for the James Charles. And then that light shimmer pink, that's called the like iconic shade, the shade DJ in Profusion, is a dupe for the shade Sister in James Charles. And then that metallic kind of cherry color in Profusion is called Bite, and then in the James Charles it's called Shook. And then for the matte kind of bright blue, it's called Wavy in the Profusion, and then I have it called Playground in James Charles. I have Maya in the Profusion, and I have Wig in James Charles. And then finally the black shades. So this one does have a little bit of a difference. The Profusion is shimmery, while the The James Charles one is matte, but they almost look exactly the same when you blend them out on the lid and such. So the Profusion one is called the Oxen, and the James Charles one is called Spooky.